in the final week of December. We seem to have survived the silly season. And it's the second year anniversary of this channel, particularly this theme that we're running with, the Let's Talk Whiskey. So this started 2 years ago after I was incredibly tired. After working at Christmas Day, my sister gifted me a bottle of whiskey, and I don't think she realised how appreciative I was, so I did a video reviewing it. And here we still are. Okay, so I got from my lovely family this year a nice little Christmas sample pack of Australian whiskies. So this should be fun and exciting to do. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whiskies. However, one of them is the Starward Nova, which we have already tried. But I might do something with it. I don't know. It's the last one, so it doesn't really matter right at this stage. I also got a Glen Marnock. So that'll be fun to try at some point. And of course we'll also have January's delivery, so we're set for probably the next month and a bit. So yay. Okay, so let's try our first whiskey from here. Now the beauty of this is it comes with its own Glencairn glass. So yet another one to add to my growing collection. I have two. Well, I have a club one, Mel has a club one, and then we've got two standard ones, and yeah, now we have another. So we'll have to get another one to sort of balance it all out, keep it all even. Okay, so our first whiskey from the Australian tasting pack is from the Whippersnapper distillery in Western Australia, Perth. Okay, so, and it also comes with a little tasting guide. So I'm going to sample it, and then I'll compare what I taste and smell with what the tasting notes come with. Okay, so I did a quick little research into Whippersnapper. It was established in 2014 by two passionate whiskey drinkers. Now I'm going to stop it right there for a second and point out that unlike most Australian whiskies, this one is spelt with an E. Very reminiscent of the Irish and American styles as opposed to everyone else. There is a reason for it. So it was established in 2014 by two passionate whiskey drinkers, brothers-in-laws Alistair Mallock and Jimmy McNowan. Now, they came up with the idea from... Okay, so it started in World War II, where an Australian and US pilot share their loves of whiskey and bombers. And apparently they must have come up with, from what I'm gathering in this, they came up with a recipe during the war, and then they were separated by the ocean. By the oceans, as American went back to America, the Australian returned to our shores. And 50 years later, after the recipe reached our shores, the Australian veteran continued to distill his whiskey and moonshine in his backyards in Scarborough in Western Australia. Alistair must have been his neighbour who helped him write his memoirs, but more importantly shared his love of whiskey. And him and his brother-in-law Jimmy made their way to Colorado to track down his the relatives of his American counterpart. And then over time, between them, they all start trying to refine the whiskey and refine the recipe. They ended up hooking in Frank from Scotland, who had worked at Bushmills and various other distilleries. And together they refined that whiskey into the brand, the Upshot. So, this is supposedly the evolution of the whiskey that was developed in World War II. Alright, so because of its American history, it has the whiskey with an E. So, Okay, so we have here a nice amber, like amber goldish colour. I'm picking up butterscotch. It's a sort of woody smell, but it's not oak. Pine? No, not pine. Cedar, maybe. Smooth, a nice peppery taste. Definitely got hints of butterscotch. Other than that, not overly complex. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. All right, let's have a look at the tasting notes. Let's find the Upshot. Okay. Okay, so these ones claim honey, vanilla, fresh pears, and cracked pepper. Well, I have to admit on the nose I did not pick up any pepper. Honey, vanilla could be the what I've associated with the butterscotch. Fresh pears would be obviously the citric thing. They reckon the taste would be pear, cider custard, and cinnamon. Well, cinnamon would be the peppery taste. I don't know about rock melon. Maybe. And it's supposed to have a finish of walnuts, vanilla, and creamy oak. Definitely vanilla. I'm not sure. It's definitely got like a woody smell. There's a slight woody taste. I don't think I would call it oak. It's not what I would associate with oak. I would associate more with maybe a cedar or a pine. But yeah, it's sweet, citrusy, nice little peppery kick, and it is quite smooth. This is quite a delicious single malt. You could definitely enjoy this on your own. So yeah. Okay, so until next week, Santé.